Gradient map is composed of two or more colors that replace your image's original colors. It assigns color of gradient to highlight, midtones, and shadows. The right color stop is for highlights. The intermediate color stop is for midtones. And the left color stop is for shadows. Things you can do with gradient map. Create black and white images. Creative cinematic effects. Change mood of the image. Stand out the colors of the image. There are few pointers which you need to take into consideration while making alteration to the image, and I'm gonna mention those pointers during the video. We'll just look into those pointers at the end of the video. So let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna be doing here is change the canvas color from white to black. And here's the first pointer to be noted. Then import the image from your gallery. Remember one thing, that your image should be in PNG format. Once you are satisfied with its location on the canvas, confirm it. Then go to layer and then tap on the blending mode of the layer and change the blending mode of this layer to color dodge. Now duplicate this layer and then tap on the duplicated layer and then change the blending mode of this duplicated layer to negative. Duplicate this layer, duplicate it one more time, and then tap on the fourth layer and then change its blending mode from negative to difference. And here is the second pointer to be noted. Now go to the layer adjustments and then tap on the gradient map. As you can see, the colors of the image have been replaced by the colors of the gradient map. So now we need to change the colors of the gradient map. It should have a touch of gold. I'm gonna be selecting the intermediate color stop and I'll change its color to a lighter color. Now you can see the image has now the shade of the lighter color, and if you just shift this color stop to the right, the color will go darker, and if you just shift this to the left side, the color will go brighter. Add one more color stop and change the color to the brown, and you can see now the image has a shade of the brown color to the left side. So still it doesn't look like that it has a texture of gold, so I'm gonna be adding one more color stop and change the color of this to lighter. Notice one thing, that each color stop has a distinct place on the image and distinct color on the image. Changing the position of these color stops will change the texture, brightness and color of the image. And now the texture seems fine to me, so I'm gonna be finalizing it. And here's the third pointer you have to notice. And now it's done. But if you think that this image should have a tint of orange color or any other color you want, so you can do so by selecting the image layer and then add a layer above the gradient map layer and then fill the color you want. Now tap on the layer and then change the blending mode to linear burn. Now decrease the opacity of this layer, and now you can see the variation in the color before and after. Changing the background color will also change the brightness, texture and color of the image. Wait, this color has given my image a better look, but I want a black background color. How can I do it? No problem. Select the image layer Invert the selection and then add a layer above gradient map, and then add black color to this layer. And you are done. The second pointer is the blending mode. Changing the blending mode will also change the texture of the image. The blending modes I have showed you in this video were 80% for all of the images. But this is not hard and fast rule. For some images we need to make more changes to the blending modes until we get satisfactory texture of the image. Third pointer is very important for the texture you want. 3 things you have to notice here. Number 1 is place an exact number of color stops to the gradient map. The second thing is set the precise position of the color stops in the gradient map. And the third thing is assign proper or appropriate color to the color stops according to the texture you want. A PNG image with a black background. Now change the blending mode to color dodge. Duplicate this layer and now change the blending mode to negative. Duplicate this negative layer. Duplicate it one more time, and I'm gonna duplicate it one more time. I'm not satisfied with its texture yet, so I'm gonna duplicate it one more time, and yeah, it looks fine now. As I've told you that this is not hard and fast rule that you apply only those blending modes to your image. You can see the blending modes of this image are entirely different than the previous one. So it totally depends on the texture of the image. You keep changing these blending modes until you are satisfied with the texture of the image. Now go to layer adjustments, select gradient map, and replace the colors of the gradient map. Place exact number of color stops. Assign appropriate color to the color stops. And set the precise position of the color stops according to the texture you want. You can change the result by changing the background color. Change the background color until you are satisfied. As you can see, I have changed the background color to dark blue. But I want a black background color. So I can do this by selecting a layer, add a layer above a gradient map, and then invert the selection and fill the black color. And this is done.